Hello everybody and welcome back to Shop the Club. Today we have a very exciting episode. I am here in the Birdsong studio in East London joined by these incredible two women. Can you introduce yourselves? Let me not do that part for you.
Hi, I'm Sophie Slater and I'm a co-founder and I do most of our comms and marketing. And this is my business partner.
I'm Susanna and I design everything and manage the production.
So exciting. So it is Fashion Revolution Week and we at LDC this week are spotlighting some incredible brands who are really transforming the fashion game when it comes to ethics, sustainability, workplace, trade, like everything. And this is, I think, one of the icons of modern fashion. Honestly, what you guys do for the industry and your workers is incredible. It's so inspiring. So today we are going to have a little bit more of a conversation into the background of the brand and the background of these amazing people standing next to me. And then we're going to have a little sneak preview of some of their amazing brand new pieces which are available for pre-order. But then it comes in 6 to 8 weeks, I believe.
Yeah, so we've got a couple of bits that are kind of ready-ish,
Yes.
like t-shirts.
T-shirts will arrive in 1 to 2.
Perfect, there we go. And then some of the other pieces on a pre-order. But without further ado, let's dive into a bit more about the brand. How did it all start and where did the name come from and what inspired you to create this incredible thing that you have?
Yeah, sure. So the name is a funny one. I feel like it's the one that we disagreed most. I mean, disagreed least on.
Okay. That's always good.
So, my original co-founder, who's since left to start a family, and we had another co-founder as well, who became a lawyer. We were super young when we started, so my background was in women's organisations. I'd worked with women in hostels with complex needs. I'd worked at a bit crisis centre. And yeah, it was really, loved fashion. It was quite a deviation from the kind of like women's sector,
Yes.
feminist trajectory that I'd got onto when I was about 19 and 20. But I'd always loved fashion, I loved clothes, and I kind of like learnt a lot working as a shop assistant at American Apparel. I don't know if you remember them. Sort of ethical, depending on what your moral values are.
Yeah, exactly. It really is.
They were really great at paying their workers, using, local manufacturing, and, they're where I learned about organic cotton versus regular cotton as a teenager working in their stores. But as we know, not great on like marketing and women's rights.
Yeah.
And the boss was a total creep. So I kind of like always had this idea that I loved fashion, loved clothing, was really into workers' rights, really into sustainability, but in my mind they were very different from the kind of women's sector and that kind of activism and feminism.
Yes.
And then I think a lot of people in 2014, when this kind of new wave of feminist activism became apparent, had similar ideas to me. I had a lot of amazing photographer friends who were sick of photoshopping women's bodies, who were sick of the lack of diversity in the industry. So my original co-founder and I met on a postgrad, and we were both working in women's services, and we thought, what's a really great way to engage people in ethical fashion, feminism, women's services, and I don't know, workers' rights. And we had this idea of like, it was almost more of a blog at that point. Like we were selling knitwear from all the ladies that my business partner was working with, and they loved knitting, but they were just giving it to charity shops because no one left to knit for. Their grandchildren were like kitted out. They had like
the full blanket beanie, all the gloves and socks you need in the world.
Exactly. So we were like, well, instead of kind of going to like a bring and buy, how about we try selling your stuff online? And they were really scared of trying online, but we were like, well, we're going to write this feminist blog, people will read it, then they'll come browse the scarf. That's kind of where it started, like nearly 7 years ago now.
Amazing.
But yeah, it's really evolved and developed since then. Like Susanna is our incredible designer who we brought on board like how many years ago now?
4 or 5, I think.
Yeah. And you kind of like sourced like loads more sustainable fabrics because the older women were using like Wilco's wool, which wasn't
not the best. I see.
Because that's what they bought,
Yeah. And that's incredible. So like, how has that journey been? I think like, the sustainable fashion sector has really taken on an interesting kind of trajectory, and it's certainly reaching like that mainstream now, which is incredible. Obviously opens up a whole new kind of worms. But how has that process been like sourcing fabric and yeah, like, can you tell us a bit more about that?
It's quite tricky because I think first and foremost, like the reason we're here is to pay the women we work with a living wage.
Yes.
So already, like, our prices are already quite high. If a dress takes 5 hours to make and we're paying living wages, how much money do we have to spend on materials?
Exactly.
So,
and that's also, I think, something that hopefully will come a bit more accessible as we kind of go, because it's that accompanying a high price point with, obviously, like, the more high-tech and sustainable the fabric is, the higher the kind of ticket that comes with it. And I think as we kind of evolve the way we consume, it's not so much about like buying one t-shirt, it's about, so many different t-shirts, it's about like one for a long amount of time. So I do think the narrative's changing, but as you say, it is a tricky one.
And we're experimenting all the time, like, we tend to try and use mostly natural materials, organic when we can.
Yes.
Recently we had like a little foray into recycled polyester.
Okay.
And we provided guppy bags so you could wash it responsibly.
That's amazing.
But now we're thinking, we're changing all the time, but now we're thinking we do want to probably stick to the natural fibres.
Yes.
It just sits better with us, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we're always really open to like what people want as well. We offered everything in a choice of two because we know the recycled polyester is a lot cheaper. But we know we have customers who will only shop natural fibres, and obviously it's more breathable, it's more beautiful, it's more luxurious, but not everyone can afford that price point.
Yeah.
So we're just like super honest, like these are the pros, these are the cons. I think being really honest as well and being like, look, no fabric is 100% sustainable unless it's made of compost.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, we can be Lady Gaga, but I don't know if we can be that much of a Lady Gaga.
She could pull it off.
Yeah, probably.
Exactly.
Oh, well, that's so fantastic. And behind me we have, so what was the new collection? When did it drop? What was the inspo? And chat us through it all.
Well, we're nearly at the end of our autumn-winter collection last year, which was designed in lockdown.
Amazing.
So it was a very weird time. We didn't know if we necessarily were going to come back.
Yeah.
We hoped so.
Yeah.
We didn't know.
Well, here you are, thank God.
Yeah. So it was designed at a time when we were dreaming. We were at home. We were dreaming of traveling and doing exciting things. So I mean, this is an item from that collection. So it's a really exploded floral print. And this dress is available from size 6 to size 30. And so that was one.
let me show you guys. So it's this incredible kind of like Matisse inspired print in this, would you say it's like a maxi kind of dress?
Yeah, definitely.
Beautiful,
it was actually intended for like the red carpet.
I mean, literally so worth it. Oh my gosh, it is stunning. And I love the flowers. Like how is the process of designing the fabric? Is it done on Photoshop? Do you draw it by hand? What does that look like?
So I drew everything by hand, and then it goes through several stages of development. So I'll create one version by hand, improve it, then probably draft up in Photoshop, and then I'll present it to the team and get loads of critique, have loads of versions dropped, and then finally settle with this one. And I worked with my amazing print intern who was studying from uni on this project.
That is so stunning, and look at the kind of fabric and the flowers. It is just so beautiful.
Yeah, and that's tencel satin.
I love that.
Super soft. It also comes in this really cool bone print, which you can see online, and obviously which was kind of inspired by the desert, Georgia O'Keeffe.
So cool.
This country designer called Nudie Cone, who we're both quite obsessed with. He used to do Dolly Parton's stage art.
No way! Yeah. That is so cool. I'm a sucker for anything orange, so I see those girls, I'm like, yes.
The bone print skirt is an absolute bestseller.
Yeah, it is. It's so beautiful.
We just wanted something fun.
And it's nice, and I guess I think that's the thing. It's post-lockdown. It's finally we have the excuses the escapism and that crazy wacky piece. Just for the sake of it, because we've all been trapped up for so long. So why not wear a bone print skirt? Fantastic, amazing. So what have we got next, folks?
God alive. And then we have this patchwork organic cotton skirt.
Very nice.
Organic denim. This is from a supplier that we know really well. They're from Wales. They're based in Wales, and we've worked with them for like 5+ years.
That's so amazing.
Yes, they're wonderful.
Super nice, perfect for kind of the spring weather. I love it, that kind of like denim-y. So what did you say? Wait, this was cotton, you said?
Both organic cottons,
Amazing.
yeah.
And I kind of like the two-tone vibe that you've got going on in the skirt, which is super nice. Gives nice kind of like geometric patterns to it all. Perfect little summer nap, I think. Amazing. And so, do you guys work with quite a few different like suppliers all across the UK, or do you primarily work with one location?
Our fabric suppliers can be varied across the UK, and they'll source their fabric from India or China.
Amazing. Okay.
But then everything we have everything is verified, and we have certifications that everything's made in an ethical and sustainable way.
That's amazing.
But all of our makers, like our sewers and our knitters and our crocheters and embroiderers, they're all within like a 10-mile radius of where we are now.
Oh, that's so incredible.
That's really nice.
From the heart of Wales.
Yeah,
That's
and
amazing.
we don't work with like traditional factories. It's like really small grassroots community groups, charities.
Nice.
So our seamstresses, the reason there was a bit of a delay in lockdown is because they are part of a community arts charity that support mostly like low income, working class, like Bengali women in the area who are so talented and have incredible sewing skills, but in the fashion industry, as you know, don't often get a living wage.
No.
And then our packaging is all done by this amazing charity called Mail Out, and they work with adults with learning disabilities.
That's fantastic.
A guy Stephen packs all our stuff. He's very diligent. He's great. So yeah, that's kind of why we were founded. We're a social enterprise first and foremost. Luckily, sustainability has got really trendy now. So.
And all of our items come with a swing tag. They come with a swing tag with a photo and the signature of the woman or person who has made your item.
That's so nice. You literally know who has made the piece that you're wearing and investing in, which I think is something. I think the relationship with clothes as we kind of, move on is such an interesting one. But, when you can trace where it's from and you can find out, I think it gives you incentivization to keep better care of it, to like wash it properly, to, respect the garment. And I think that's such an important thing and like such an important narrative to buy into, because then it's like slowing down our consumption and it's making us more aware of this huge industry that doesn't have to be this fast-paced, crazy money machine, you know what I mean?
Totally,
Which is really amazing.
And in new packaging as well, we've got like a little zine that shows you exactly how to wash and take care of all your items.
That's amazing, because that's another big thing. It's like garment care is like, I think, such an overlooked topic, which honestly, got to keep these for grandchildren to wear.
Exactly. We know they'll last a lifetime.
Exactly. Amazing. Okay, so what have we got next?
Okay, so these are also a recent drop of ours. The Resist and Persist that I'm wearing now.
Oh, I love
this one is 2XL. And then we have these guys. These are actually sneak peeks of some items that are going to be dropped. Hopefully this month.
Amazing.
We have a relationship with Wool and the Gang, and they allow us to use their patterns and sell them. For our knitters to use their patterns because they're really easy to read and really clear. So we've got some amazing recycled denim shorts. Some
oh my gosh, can I show this closer? So look at this colour. Oh my gosh, this is so amazing. And I think, this kind of vibe, I mean, it's not just about being on trend, but it is just so on trend at the moment. It's so stunning, and this green is perfect for spring. It's like the new leaves just budding, and a perfect kind of little summer get up. And lovely little, does it come as a set, or are these two separate pieces?
This is going to have a matching top, and that one is just standalone.
Okay, very nice. And can I quickly show this to everyone? And I love it. It's a kind of a great staple. Everyone's got to have a nice little white, what do we call this again? It's a sweatshirt.
Yeah.
There's another one, I don't know, let's move with sweatshirt. But Resist and Persist, that's incredible. Like another one of your guys' brand slogans in this incredible orange. And
Yeah,
where's this font? This font is beautiful.
It's well designed. It's
I
like
love that.
Yeah, we did it as a screen print a few years ago.
Okay.
But yeah, I like it. You can make a statement even on your Zoom calls.
There we go.
That's
Yeah,
what we're about,
literally.
you know?
So it's not just about like walking the good sweatshirt, it's just like, saying something with the sweatshirt that you're walking.
Exactly.
That's amazing. And I see here that we've got a bit of like a kind of swatchboard little vibe going on.
indeed.
So can you give us a little chat through
I'm
this?
not sure how they're going to convey. So
Oh
I've
my
just,
gosh.
these are just my boards to show
How it
to
is
plot
made, how it is
what
done.
products are going to release when. We do very small drops because we want to work at the capacity that our makers can. So we're separating all the collections to much smaller drops. But the next collection is kind of a fun version of the cottage core trend. So we're bringing in like much brighter colours into the ginghams, and it's going to be a lot of bright colour blocking.
Nice. Oh, I love colour blocking. That's fantastic. Fantastic for spring, fantastic for summer, coming out of lockdown, back into the world. And I see you guys are both wearing Birdsong tees.
Always.
So this is similar to the one obviously on the sweatshirt, and then what's this one?
This one says Sisterhood Is Powerful, and it was a limited edition one we did for International Women's Day.
Amazing.
We try and do like a little tea, we call it like Feminist Christmas. It's
Okay.
a pretty busy time of year for us.
Yeah.
And also, as we've got really interesting history, like International Women's Day was sparked off, not a lot of people know it, but by a lot of like workers, like garment workers especially, who
Yeah.
were campaigning for better rights. And
Yeah.
I think obviously a lot of like feminitising has gone on, and
Yeah.
everyone's saying that they're like now sustainable and feminist.
Yeah, exactly. It's like hopping on the bandwagon. So, yeah.
But as International Women's Day is a really good talking point about women workers,
Yeah.
and how 80% of the sweatshop workers globally are still women,
Yeah.
mostly working class women, mostly brown women. So yeah, that's the story behind the team.
Amazing. And the drawing, does somebody, who
I
does the
did
drawing?
it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
I'm not the best artist.
I think it looks fantastic. I
I
really
did my
like
art
that.
A-level. My mum said I'm
Nice,
more of a
nice.
conceptual artist, so
know
I'm
what?
quite proud that I'm
If
actually
it works for, Tracy Emin.
Exactly. It's definitely quite like
Yeah, oh, that's
naive.
beautiful. So cool. That's amazing. And do we have any more pieces to
We just
show?
have some very lovely crossover sandals.
Yes.
So we can show some of these guys.
We work with a lot of reclaimed materials as well, so we get a lot of
Amazing.
offcut fabrics. These are all offcuts that we did the buoys.
So these are crossover sandals. For summer they're made in Tower Hamlets by Rahala. And these ones
So
are actually they're vegan reclaimed leather offcuts.
Okay.
And all the other ones are just offcuts leathers from
So nice.
from the leather industry and leather designers.
And then the jute is super environmental compared to most shoes, which have kind of like toxic glues and things.
Yes.
And they're really comfy.
Yeah, they look it, and like super nice, kind of like, for the beach,
Oh,
or
yeah.
a little walk down the canal, because we're in a kind of bit of a can't leave the UK sitch. But you know what? There are beaches in this country. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Also, just strolling down the park, it's like a perfect little summer slide, I think. Oh,
Definitely.
well, amazing, guys. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for
Thank
having
you.
us in your incredible studio. Honestly, again, what you guys are doing is so phenomenal, and we're so happy that we can have you at LDC. If you guys like absolutely anything, be sure to head online and see for yourself the beautiful clothes, because, there's just, you can't do it enough justice. It's honestly just so incredible, and I think it's so perfect for this time of year, and you're buying into something that's not just a piece of clothing. It's like a whole movement, which is incredible. And so perfect for Fashion Revolution Week. So thank you guys so much. It has honestly been so incredible. Hope to see a lot more of you. But yeah, guys, head online, check out Birdsong, see their social media, and everything is honestly so incredible. And we'll see you guys for another episode on Thursday. But if you have missed this live, it will be going live on YouTube, so you can rewatch it a million times again, because I know I will be. But yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys soon. Bye.